You have no idea how often I am asked how to handle digital assets after a deal is done. How do we get access to the website? How do we access the GoDaddy account? Who is the owner of the Facebook page? I need access to the LinkedIn and I need to be the main admin. Or the big one, where's the Google business profile? How do I gain access to analytics? Honestly, unless all of these details are spelled out in your buy sell agreement, you are at the mercy of the seller's kindness. If it's not spelled out, they're under no obligation to give you anything once the deal is done. Now, again, hopefully they'll be nice if this was overlooked, but if not, you have absolutely no recourse. So, a couple of things that I want you to be sure about when you're making your plans to buy a business and really sell so that you don't wind up with a problem after. You need access to the website. So, your website domain, your URL address, will be purchased from a site like GoDaddy. Namecheap is another one. Those are two really big popular ones. The website itself will be hosted somewhere. So that could be GoDaddy, it could also be WP Engine, or it could be hosted independently on like a Squarespace account. So know exactly where the hosting is. And then also you want to make sure that you have access to any email lists. So ideally, the seller will agree to just allow you to have their HubSpot account or their GoDaddy account. So make sure that that is spelled out. Next, the Google business account. This is going to include your Google business profile, how you rank in maps. It will also include Google Analytics and your search console. Now, also in there could be a whole bunch of stuff. It could be a Gmail address will be attached to it. Who knows what they've used that for? You also want to make sure that you have access to all Facebook pages. I'm sorry, all social media accounts, including the Facebook page. Facebook business, this needs to be assigned to your personal login. So there is no separate login for the Facebook business page. You need to be made an administrator. Same with LinkedIn. A LinkedIn page does not have a separate login. You log in through your personal and then you are made an administrator. Now, Instagram and X, those accounts only have one set of credentials. Google, you want the one set, you want that main login. You just do not want to be made an admin on that account. You want to make sure that you are the owner. At the same time, you want to make sure that you are the new owner of these accounts. You also want to make sure after that ownership has passed over to you that you remove anybody that no longer needs access. So you want to remove the previous marketing team if you're not going to use them, the previous owner, get them out of there. You also want to make sure, and this is particularly important for paid ads, you want to make sure that you not only own the paid ad accounts, Facebook, Google, LinkedIn, Pinterest, but that you also are given access to the data. Data can be really valuable, especially if it goes back a couple years. So we want to make sure that everything is just turned over to you. And then you want to spell out who's going to own all the blog content on the website and the social media posts. So believe it or not, the blog content is intellectual property. It's protected by copyright. And if the owner was not the author, it may have been a previous employee, maybe someone else. I don't know who it could have been. All of that IP must be assigned to you. And then also any backlink profiles, you must have access. This gets hairy. There can be a lot of them. We've heard about the Next, the Yext. If you're a restaurant changing hands, you're going to want access to the Open Table account or to the Yelp review, the Yelp account. All of those profiles need to be included. Now, you have a couple options. First of all, it can all be spelled out in the contract. This can get hairy, though, in the transfer, especially if there is no internal marketing team on the seller side and they don't know what they're doing. So beforehand, you can enlist an agent like myself. I can be a steward of the accounts either in between as an additional owner who has access, who can then go in and remove everything for the buyer, or just someone that can walk you through exactly what needs to happen. Uh, but where this really helps is getting all of the kinks worked out beforehand so that you're not at the table signing the deal and someone says, I don't know where that password is. Sometimes it can take a couple days, sometimes it can take access to several email addresses. So we need to make sure that all of that is done so that it's all passed seamlessly to the buyer from the seller. And what happens if there is a bigger problem, if we actually can't, if the seller cannot produce an account, you need to account for that also in your deal. So you need a structured plan for the transfer of all of these digital assets. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to book a call with me and I'll walk you through the details. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.